Good morning all. Today we are going to study about the functional morphology of male reproductive system. Male reproductive structures include a pair of testes. They are also called as the testicles, which produce the male sex cells or the gametes. The functional unit of these gametes are called as the spermatozoon or the sperm cells. The male primary sexual structures include the testes, the male sex accessory ducts. These ducts are responsible to receive, store and transport the sperm. The sex accessory glands, which add substances to the ducts, and the external genitalia. This diagram represents a pair of testes, the epididymis, the vas deferens, or it is also called as the ductus deferens, which leads to the seminal vesicle, and then these seminal vesicles join to the ejaculatory ducts. These are the prostate glands, and this is the bulbourethral gland. These ducts together join to the external genitalia. It is also called as the penis. In this class, we shall study about the brief structural details of the male reproductive system. Firstly, we shall study about the testis. Testis is a sex organ that produces sperm in a process called as spermatogenesis. What is spermatogenesis? What are the processes that takes place during the spermatogenesis, and what are the end products of spermatogenesis? We'll be dealing with it later. And this testis is also responsible for the production of male sex hormones, that is called as the testosterone. These testes developed in a male fetus near the kidneys and descend to the scrotum about 2 months before birth. So at the time of birth, these testes which are produced near the kidneys are descended to the scrotum. The testes which do not descend to the scrotum, that condition it is also called as cryptorchidism. Each testis is enclosed by a layer of fibrous connective tissue called as the tunica albuginea. Each testis contains about 250 functional units called as the lobules. Each lobule contains about 4 seminiferous tubules where spermatogenesis occurs. All seminiferous tubules in a testis converge and form a channel called as the rete testis. This picture depicts the cross-sectional view of a testis, wherein you can see this is the outermost covering of the testis called as the tunica vaginalis. The outermost covering layer of testis, it is also called as tunica vaginalis, and this is tunica albuginea, a thin layer of transparent protective layer covering the seminiferous tubules. This is tunica albuginea. This is very transparent, and it acts as a protective layer to keep these seminiferous tubules intact. And these yellow colored structures, tube-like structures, they are called as the seminiferous tubules and are placed in a single lobules. You can see the presence of these seminiferous tubules in a single lobule. All these seminiferous tubules converge together, forming a tube-like structure at one end of the testis, and this convergent structure, it is also called as the rete testis. The rete testis joins to the epididymal region of the male reproductive system. Epididymis is said to be the maturation spot of the spermatozoa. Further classes will be studying in detail about the structural details about the epididymis. Here we shall know the portion covering the testis, it is called as the head region of the epididymis, and this is the middle portion of the epididymis called as the corpus, and this forms the end tail region, or it is also called as the cauda region of the epididymis. Further, this epididymis forms a tube-like structure and it is called as vas deferens. This vas deferens is said to be the transporting channel. Further, we will be studying about the brief structural details of scrotum. Scrotum is a pouch-like cutaneous extension that contains 2 testes. Scrotum is usually located outside the pelvic cavity to prevent overheating of the testis. Generally, internal temperature of scrotum is always about 3 degree Fahrenheit below the body temperature. Further, we shall move on to epididymis. Epididymis is an expanded tubule from the rete testis where sperm is stored nearly for about 3 days, where the sperms get matured and become fully functional. These epididymis contains cilia on its columnar epithelium that help move sperm towards the vas deferens during ejaculation. Vas deferens is a tubule of about 10 inches long that connects epididymis to the urethra for transporting sperm during ejaculation. It contains smooth muscle that undergoes rapid peristalsis during ejaculation. Further, seminal vesicles. These seminal vesicles secrete an alkaline solution that makes up to 60% of the semen volume. Seminal fluid contains fructose, which acts as the nutrient material for the sperm, and prostaglandins. These prostaglandins are the substances that stimulate uterine contraction during sexual excitation. Next, further moving, we shall go to the prostate gland. These prostate glands secretes a slightly acidic, milky white fluid that makes up about 30% of the semen volume. This fluid helps neutralize the pH of semen and vaginal secretion. Next, bulbourethral gland or Cooper's gland. These Cooper's gland secretes a clear lubricating fluid that aids in sexual intercourse. Further, urethra is a tubule located inside the penis for urine excretion and semen ejaculation. It contains smooth muscle that performs rapid peristalsis during ejaculation. Further, penis, it is said to be the external genitalia of male reproductive system. This is a copulatory organ that is responsible for delivering the sperm to the female reproductive tract. It contains two erectile tissues called as corpus cavernosa and corpus spongiosum, where the latter one enlarges and forms the glans penis due to increased blood flow during sexual excitation.